You shouldn't participate in the process. Please, the elites are here to save the day, and they don't even really want to talk to you in the town hall meetings. In fact, here's a list of all the people who either refused to hold town hall meetings or conducted them only over the telephone. The magic thing you talk into. You may notice that not a lot of them are Republicans. That's weird. I'm wondering if that one, Representative Lance, is a Republican or a progressive Republican. I wish I knew how this phone worked. It's also difficult for the citizenry to know what's going on when promises of broadcasting the debate on these bills on C-SPAN have been broken, when the bills are supposed to be put up on the internet for study for 5 days, and when everyone with an alternate point of view is supposed to have caused the problem and are told, sit down, shut up, and just mop up the mess.
I don't want the folks who created the mess to do a lot of talking. I want them just to get out of the way so we can clean up the mess.
How true, how true. Oh.
I don't mind cleaning up after them, but don't do a lot of talking.
Oh, man, thank you, Mr. Elite. And Mr. Elite Joe Klein. He finished his assessment on the American people this way. So, 2 thoughts. 1. The Obama administration has done a terrible job explaining the stimulus package to the American people. I know. I wish he'd just give more speeches. Especially since there have been very few documented cases of waste. Really? Very few. Joe, why don't you pick up a newspaper for the love of heaven? Oh, no, you better not do that. No, they're not covering stuff like that. No, No, they're just covering the president saying things like, I was really busy, I couldn't explain it anymore. Researchers at the Franklin Center for Government and Public Integrity found 440 phantom districts listed on recovery.gov, consuming $6.4 billion and creating or saving nearly 30,000 jobs. Now, maybe wine sections with the fancy skylights and everything, $6.4 billion, is very few, but us stupid truck driving Americans who can't fathom the complexities of a Cabernet Sauvignon, and we might even confuse it with a Bordeaux. I'm sure Joe is chortling at the very thought of us right now, but $6.4 billion seems like a lot to me. But alas, Joe says, 2. This is yet further evidence that Americans are flagrantly ill-informed, and for those watching Fox News, misinformed. Oh, you would think that someone like Joe, one of these Harvard-educated sophisticates, could come up with something other than another Fox bash fest line. But then again, Joe never went to Harvard. I forgot. It was Penn. A network that not only has more viewers than all other cable news networks combined, and some nights double that number. That's a lot of stupid, misinformed people, don't you think? Yes, maybe we should liquidate them. Did I say that out loud? After sipping, swirling, and spitting another taste of his Chateau Frenchy French from 1861, Joe added, it is very difficult to have democracy without citizens. You think? It's impossible to be a citizen if you don't make the effort to understand the most basic activities of your government. Joe, let me tell you something. I understand, and so does the rest of America, the most basic activities of our government. Let's see, it's graft, it's bribery, it's theft, it's doing stuff you shouldn't do, naughty things in your underpants with interns. I get it. I know what they're doing. But here's a basic, apparently you don't understand. We're not a democracy. We're a republic. And the founders put those first 3 words in the Constitution, those first, in really big font for a reason. As dumb as we may be, we the people still run the country, and it's our damn country. The founders, like Thomas Jefferson, knew the people would make mistakes. Because, yeah, sometimes we are dumb as a box of rocks. We usually miss it. It takes us a while. But the founders, including Jefferson, also knew when the government got too big and too out of control, the politicians would figure out they could bribe their way into more power. And time again, it has happened. But the founders said, Even if the people make that kind of mistake, the people will eventually figure it out and fix it. Get out of our way, elites. Get out of our way, corrupt politicians. It's time for the people to roll up their sleeves and fix it. Maybe the founders were wrong, as all of the elites will tell you now. I don't think so. But if they were, it was probably because they just didn't have Time magazine. I mean, a publication that was so brilliant that they found a way in 2009 to show the year in pictures without having a single picture of a Tea Party goer or a town hall meeting. No, not one. The year in pictures. They were so smart. Instead, they showed this. Man, I just wish I was smarter to figure out the relevance of a koala bear to 2009, you know, compared to these people. But I'll leave it to the deep-thinking intellectuals who got us into this mess in the first place. Because, Joe, may I point out, this dummy would like to point out, it wasn't the little people driving trucks who were running the Fed or Congress or Goldman Sachs. Those, Joe, were your friends, the generally Ivy League, I mean, not pen people, but Ivy League pinheads. But I'll just wait for your answer, Joe. Send me a smoke signal or something. I'll be over here drinking some sun-kissed orange juice. Back in a minute.